going to be emphasizing is the importance for the speakers and the session chairs to stay on schedule. And so I want to start by making a good example myself. For those of you coming in, as is usually the case, there's plenty of seats down in front. The hall is going to be pretty full because we have a lot of people here in the venue, in this beautiful venue in Bordeaux. I'm Art Krieg, I'm the president of the OTS, and it's my privilege today to welcome you all to the 13th annual meeting of the OTS. A few reminders at the start here before we have our keynote speaker. First of all, I want to remind everyone to bring and wear your name badge to the meeting every day. Security will be checking badges and they are required for you to get in. Regarding the closing party is sold out, but as usually happens, some people, their plans will change, and if you have a ticket that you're not going to be using because you're not going to be able to stay for the meeting, please let Alexis or Jerry know so that they can make it available to somebody else. They can cancel your reservation and have someone else attend. The Meet the Experts luncheon for junior scientists is on Monday. Please sign up. The sign-ups are in the registration area for any trainees who are interested in that. And for drink tickets and the cash bar, if you want to get additional drinks for the reception, please bring cash as they do not accept credit cards. Okay, let me start with, I just have a few slides about the OTS. And many of you know this, but I want to stress our mission and why we have this meeting is to foster academia and industry-based research and development of oligonucleotide therapeutics. And both parts of this are really important. When we were talking about our mission, we deliberately wanted to bring together academic and industry scientists. There are some meetings that are really just industry. There are other meetings that are just academia. In order for oligonucleotide therapeutics to succeed, we really need the cross-fertilization and the interaction of both groups. And the OTS is really about that. That's our purpose, that's our mission. And if you can think of ways to help us do that better, please let us know. I hope everyone in this room is an OTS member. Some of you, I'm sure, are new to the OTS annual meeting. And to start, I just wanted to ask everyone who this is your first time at an OTS annual meeting, please just put up your hands so that we can see you. Great. Okay, super. So those of you who are old timers, make a point of saying hi to those people, welcoming them to the OTS meeting. We hope that you'll be back. We hope that you'll make many contributions to our mission of developing oligonucleotide therapeutics. We need every one of you. One of the things that we have changed this year is now on our board, we have 2 trainee members. As we were talking about our mission, the training of new scientists coming into this field is really critical for our success. We need interdisciplinary scientists in many different areas to get into oligonucleotide therapeutics. And so we make a great effort to facilitate that by funding travel awards and by really making sure that we provide opportunities to make this a fulfilling meeting for trainee members as well as everyone else. We also have a scientific advisory council of people working in this space. And I'd like to ask everyone who's on the OTS board or on our scientific advisory council to just stand up so that you can be recognized also. And so that anybody who has ideas or suggestions or thoughts of things that we can do, these are some of the folks that you can share your ideas with and your feedback. We want to hear from you. We want to keep the OTS vibrant and growing and serving this mission. And I also want to recognize our managers, Alexis, Jerry, and Cindy. I think I see Alexis back there. Jerry, and there's Jerry too. They have been the ones who make this all possible. They do the real legwork. I get the glory to stand up here and open the meeting, but they're the ones who really make everything happen behind the scenes. And they're the ones, if you have problems, you'll probably have a more productive time going to them than to me, but you're welcome to come to me too. And they are fantastic at helping out with things. How do we pursue our mission? I just wanted to talk a little bit about that because we really do take this seriously, and I thought it was appropriate at the start of the meeting to talk about that. The annual meeting is our big event. This is where we try to pull together and we consciously try to address what we think are the emerging topics in the field that people need to hear about, share ideas, learn what's going on. The pre-meeting that concluded this morning is something we added a few years ago in response to the influx of new people coming into the field who didn't know all of the background. And so in the pre-meeting, we try to give kind of a primer to oligonucleotide therapeutics 101, and we welcome suggestions on how to do that better. It's just a couple of hours. We try to pack a lot into that and make it as useful as possible for people. One of the new proposals that we're going to be considering in our board meeting tomorrow night is a proposal to fund local meetings on delivery or other topics at universities where there are OTS members or really anywhere. And this could be a way to further leverage our mission on a more local level. We also have awards for research. We have a variety of those, the Lifetime Achievement Award, Young Investigator Awards, Travel Awards, Poster Awards. This is another way that we try to recognize and foster great research. And then our journal, I would just want to spend a few minutes to give you an update on nucleic acid therapeutics. This is a journal that was formed, 20 years ago now, I think, to promote research in the field also. We've had continued growth of nucleic acid therapeutics. Downloads are up by 30% compared to a year ago. We have rapid review process. Time to first decision is very quick. And a popular new category, issues in development on hot topics in the field. We also have a call for papers that just went out for a special delivery issue. Guest editors Steve Dowdy and Matt Levy. And Steve and Matt, if you can just put your hands up, so anyone who has great ideas for that special issue, please talk to Steve or talk to Matt if he's here. We also have had expanded open access recently. The publisher has been making more papers available for free download on the journal website. And Graham Parker, if you can just stand up and be recognized also. I know I think he's here. Graham is the executive editor of the journal, and I think Bruce Sullinger is here too. I know Anamika wasn't able to make it. Bruce, if you can stand so that anyone who has questions about the journal can talk to Graham or Bruce about that to get more information. But we encourage everyone to submit your papers to the journal. We want to have the best science coming out there that we can, and I know there's going to be a lot of great science coming out at this meeting, and we hope to read about it in nucleic acid therapeutics. Another area where we've been putting more attention is onto the website and social media. This is another way for us to communicate, not just with our members, but for other people who find us through Google searches and who are interested in getting information about the field. Some of the things we've added to the website over the last year or so, we now have a job board there where companies can post jobs and postdocs, graduate students can go looking for them. We have a calendar of different conferences in the field and in science in general, hot papers on there, perspectives on current science. Petra, if you want to just stand up. Petra is responsible for periodically writing perspectives in different fields. If you have suggestions for her on something you think ought to be covered, please let Petra know. And we also have other news items on there. We're going to be having webinars coming on soon too in response to suggestions. Wouldn't it be nice to have webinars on different topics that are of interest to people who want to learn more about some aspect of oligotherapeutics? And the first webinar, I believe, is going to be from Anamika on designing and using exon skipping oligos, which are a very hot area. Just in the last year, 2 exon skipping oligos have been approved by the FDA, as people know. So this is a really important area of oligotherapeutics that is very timely. And we're also on Twitter, so those of you on Twitter, please make sure to follow @OTS Society. So how are we doing on our mission? We get feedback every year from people, from the feedback forms that you fill out at this meeting. We go over those forms, we talk about them, and for each annual meeting, we try to improve on the one before based on the feedback that we get. Now, sometimes the feedback is contradictory, but still, we really do take that seriously. Please give us your feedback and your thoughts on what we can do differently. One of the comments that we've always gotten is when sessions go over, people don't like that. They lose time from the breaks and they lose time to network with other people. Questions get cut short. And so speakers and session chairs, I want to stress, keep your talks on time. If you're going over, session chairs, stand up, and if necessary, physically grab the person. Hopefully that won't be necessary. But we do want to keep the talks on time. The breaks are not intended for sessions to run over into. The breaks are really a chance for people to talk more about the science that they're seeing. Some of the things that we've changed in this year's program compared to last year's are, for the first time now, we have a free afternoon. Some of the feedback we got was when we have wall-to-wall sessions day in and day out, and we're meeting in a fantastic place like Bordeaux. People want to go and explore the city too, but they don't want to miss any of the meeting. So Tuesday afternoon is free, enjoy Bordeaux, then come back and enjoy some more great science. We wanted to pack in more talks, and how can you do that? Well, we're having shorter talks, so that forces the speakers to be a little bit more to the point, maybe to show a little less extraneous data and stick more to the key points. We also have the posters up longer. The posters don't conflict anymore with the other receptions for the poster discussions. That's one of the highlights of the meeting, and we want to emphasize that. And we've been continuing to increase the number of trainee travel awards, 20 awards this year. We have well over 100 posters to review and discuss as well. So I think, that's all really fantastic. Now a pitch for the next year's meeting, 2018. Steve Dowdy is the organizer. He had his hand up before. We also have a fantastic organizing committee for the 2018 meeting, and I'd like to ask all of the members of the organizing committee to please stand up, and Steve as well. And the reason for that is because they're going to be putting together the program. Come on, Anastasia, don't be shy. The rest of the people on the organizing committee too, I know you're out there, but you're being shy. Thanks, Laura. These are the folks who are putting together the program for next year's meeting in Seattle. And if you've got suggestions of great science going on that hasn't been published yet, hot work that's going to be coming out, let them know, because they really want to have the best possible science featured at the meeting. And you can help by giving them heads up on what's coming down the pike. So with that, thanks to the sponsors. So meetings like this don't occur without a lot of money. It's expensive, as Mark knows very well. Mark, you should stand up too. Mark is our head of fundraising. We have, how many sponsors have contributed to the meeting, Mark? A lot. It's over 40, I think. Basically, every company in the oligo space, every important company in the oligo space that cares about science. We are missing a few big companies. Yeah, we won't shame them publicly, but we'll next year, if the big companies don't donate, then we'll shame them publicly maybe. But word to the wise. But no, seriously, we've had great support from companies in the space, very generous support that allows us to subsidize the meeting, to keep the cost low for our academic attendees, and to have all of the awards we have. We'll be showing the slides with the sponsors. I'm not going to show that again, but please make a point. If you see someone with a sponsor badge, thank them for their support of the meeting. Go and hear what our exhibitors have to say. We've got fantastic exhibitors here at the meeting that are really dedicated to the oligo space and have a lot to contribute, and we hope that you'll recognize that also. So next, I want to introduce our keynote speaker, Craig Mello, and I asked Craig what I should say about his introduction, and I'm not really one for long introductions, and I really don't think he needs an introduction, and frankly, I'd rather hear what he has to say than what I have to say about what he has to say. So Craig, we look forward to your talk.
Thanks, Art.